Einstein, in his theory of relativity, E equals mc squared, actually has a very good explanation for healing. Einstein said that matter and energy are two sides of the same thing. The human body can be addressed as energy, or it can be addressed as matter. Healers say they're addressing the energy side of Einstein's equation. Well, it wasn't too much for me to absorb the concept of energies, but when the healers started talking about other levels of explanation, such as spirits or guides intervening, I really felt my Boggle threshold was being exceeded. In most cultures, people just know these things because they live them from birth. They're comfortable with the idea of spirits being around.
We know that if we are talking that the spirits are around us, that we can communicate with them, we cannot expect that all of them are going to be of a good nature. There are those that unfortunately are evil nature, and they will try to interfere with us.
Just in the same way as when you open your door to the outside world, there are positively motivated people and negatively motivated people. So there are negatively motivated spirits who might mean harm to someone in particular. In other words, they might be motivated literally by revenge or wanting to hurt someone, or they simply, in effect, want to live through that person. Let's say an addict wants to live through the addiction of a person who's in body. So some of our mental illness actually can be ascribed to being under the influence of a negative spirit. And one of the things that has happened within the Spiritist movement is actually psychiatric hospitals have been founded in order to assist people to separate themselves from these negatively motivated spirits. One of the largest freestanding psychiatric hospitals in Brazil is in Anápolis. So I went there recently and was able to meet Dr. Jorge Dyer, who is an endocrinologist, and he is also a spiritual counselor who organizes the disobsession sessions within the hospital.
We cannot indicate a spiritual treatment for every case. If I have nervous anorexia, if I have paranoid schizophrenia, it does not mean that I have spiritual obsession. If I do not have any disease, I can have spiritual obsession. Well, spiritual obsession is not a class of diagnosis, it's not a class of disease, but is a situation of mental constraint, mental opposition that can occur to anyone.
George and his group of mediums invited me to come and watch the disobsession session. The mediums were tuning into, in a sense, becoming one with the patient being discussed. And the mediums were able to, in their communion, pick up what kind of negatively motivated spirits were obsessing the patient. And then they were able, through counseling that particular spirit, to help that spirit to release and to help the patient be liberated from the effects of that spirit. It's very hard to say for sure, oh, of course they were in contact with a spirit, because how can we possibly measure that? And yet it seemed palpably real to me.